Previously in this series of videos, we have covered Morphine's interface and have also gone into a few examples of how to use Morphine to create your own sounds. In this last video, I will quickly go over the information that you will require to set up Morphine to work in standalone mode. Standalone mode allows you to be able to control Morphine as an instrument in its own right, and this allows you to, for example, use Morphine in a live situation with little more than a laptop and a keyboard controller. The first concern is to set up your audio interface and your controller keyboard. This can be done from the Options drop-down menu at the top of the standalone interface. Very often, you will have a list like this when you open your audio settings interface. Generally, it is better to choose ASIO drivers over other choices. The reason for this is that ASIO drivers provide a lower latency. For those of you that don't know about latency, it is the delay between a computer receiving information and processing it for output to the audio interface. Generally speaking, better audio interfaces with more adept drivers give you the lowest latency, and consumer type audio interfaces more suited towards gaming purposes give the higher latency. In all cases, your latency will be determined by the balance of fast responsiveness and processor usage, since the lower latencies also have a heavier CPU hit. You can reduce or increase latency by changing the audio buffer size. In many cases with some audio interfaces, you will have the option here to show the device panel for your hardware. In this instance, I can call up the interface of my M-Audio Firewire Solo interface. The sample rate governs the quality of the sound coming from your interface. 44.1 kHz equates to the equivalent of CD quality sound and is generally a good balance. The last section here gives you options to set up any controller keyboards or MIDI controllers in general. Down the bottom you can choose which outputs on your interface you want Morphine to use. As well as giving you access to the help function, the help menu also includes links to a few of the websites that you may need or want to access. And at the bottom option, you can call up some details including the current version of Morphine you're using. With all that set up, you can then use Morphine in its standalone mode. This ends the series of videos that show you on how to use Morphine. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorials.